Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. That is the beauty of this online learning environment. You might be all suited up, ready to take on your day, or you might be in bed, in your jammies, getting ready to go to sleep. Either way, I appreciate the fact that you took some time to watch this video to keep up with our English class. Now, one of the things that I would like to review with you today is the idea of logos, ethos, and pathos. So as we've discussed previously, over 2,000 years ago, the ancient Greeks thought very specifically about the most efficient and effective ways to reach an audience. And when I say audience, I could also mean reader. We're really talking about whether you're speaking to an audience or writing for a reader. But either way, the Greeks figured out and kind of thought that there were three ways that you could convince or persuade or make an argument. And those are an appeal to logos, ethos, or pathos. So let's do a quick review. So pathos is an appeal to our audience or our readers' sense of emotion. So if you are trying to make your audience or your reader feel something, you are appealing to pathos. Now, a lot of the times we automatically go to examples where we're trying to maybe make our audience feel sorry for us or feel bad. An example of this would be those ASPCA commercials where they show the abused animals and they're really trying to tug right at your heartstrings so that maybe you go out and you buy a cat. But even something as simple as that big, juicy, delicious Whopper commercial that you might see from Burger King, they're still trying to make you feel something. They're trying to make you feel hunger so that you go out and you spend your money at Burger King or McDonald's or whatever food place it is. But ultimately, they are still trying to make you feel something. Maybe hunger is an emotion, but they are still trying to impart a feeling, and that is using pathos. Secondly, we have logos, which is an appeal to logic. And that's an easy way to remember it because you have that cognate, logos, logic. Now, logos is an appeal to our readers or our audience's sense of logic. We are trying to make them think. And oftentimes we do that by presenting facts, research, statistics, anything that will cause our audience to think like we do based on information that we present. And finally, that leaves us with ethos, which is an appeal to the speaker or the writer's credibility. Now, one of the things that really annoys me as an English teacher is that when other English teachers teach this, they might say that, oh, ethos, that means ethics, because just like logos, they're trying to make a cognate thing happen. Ultimately, though, ethos is not just about ethics. It's about whether or not we as a speaker or a writer are using our credibility to make a point. An example of this that we might see in advertising is that if there's a drug or something that they are trying to push on television, you might see a doctor and he will come out in his white coat. He might even have the stethoscope around his neck, but he is trying to create this sense of credibility. Yes, take this drug. I am a doctor. You can trust me. They're trying to create that trust by building a sense of ethos. Another example you might think about is that I, as an English teacher, have absolutely no credibility, no sense of ethos going into a lab class. I was not very good at science. I didn't study very much of it in college. I am an English teacher. So my sense of ethos, my credibility diminishes when I step outside of my discipline. So ethos, again, it's the credibility of the speaker or the credibility of the writer. And it can be based on things like qualifications, knowledge of the subject matter, and yes, of course, whether they are a trustworthy person, which is where that ethics thing comes in slightly. But ultimately, it's all about credibility. And there you have it, logos, ethos, and pathos. I would challenge you the next time that you are perhaps even asking your parents for something to figure out how you are trying to convince them to take your side. Are you using pathos and trying to get them to feel for you? Are you using logos and building a logical argument? Or are you using ethos and relying on your own credibility as a wonderful son or daughter? I thank you again for watching this video and doing this review with me. Please stay safe and stay healthy.